The pub wouldn't be here
without him.
without him. So this is about him. This is about him and my mom, where I'm from, and his name is John Roberts, but he was Bobby to anybody that loved and knew him. He was a very welcoming soul. I could see that people were lacking that feeling walking in an establishment, that feeling of welcoming. And it truly is a welcoming, and that is the biggest word, I think, to describe Bobby's place.
I knew that.
They're not old school, huh?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Kevin.
Hi, I'm Monica.
See, it's too
We
late for that.
are the owners here at Bobby's Place. Welcome to the pub.
There you go. Bobby's Place is a pub mainly. A lot of people mistake it for a restaurant. It's downtown in Moose Jaw, not far from a casino and other places, so easy to get to. It's a welcoming spot, basically. That's what a pub's supposed to be. Social gathering and a welcoming.
Of course I am.
We specialize in European pints and beers. We try to. We have a huge selection of scotch whiskeys. The type of foods we do is we have a European or Scottish-based food menu, as well as our Canadian groupings. We have some foods here that you won't get anywhere else, usually on a regular basis, unless you go to another pub style in some other places. But that's what we focus on for the most part. Our entertainment consists of basically, we have a live trivia night every Thursday night. We do some video games on Mondays for contests. We bring in live bands. We try to bring in as much Celtic and Irish music as possible, but we do 80s bands, we do all types of different music, rockabilly, old 50s and 60s. We've done other entertainments through the night, but those are the ones we stick with the most, that seem to work to get the people out and have fun and enjoy themselves.
Hey, I'm Chase. I work at Bobby's Place here in Moose Jaw. Today we're going to be going through how to make Scotch eggs. The Scotch egg is hard-boiled egg in the middle of seasoned pork coated in flour, egg, and breadcrumb. Scotch eggs are a pretty popular item, so we're going to make them. So what we're going to do is we're going to coat them, we're going to mix them together, we're going to drop them in the fryer, and then we're going to plate them up for you guys. We'll surround the eggs themselves in this, and this will be, you coat the flour first, and then you go into the egg so it soaks up all the breadcrumb. So they'll be nice and coated, but I gotta do a couple of peelies here. Flour them up first. Get the excess off and then coat them nice. But just makes it so it coats it nicely. So when you get the breadcrumb around it, gets a nice little coating on it. And so you end up with that. These little beauties. then yeah, so then we'll just cook these, I guess. Very nice. You just chuck them right in. Easy as that. Probably about 10 minutes, and then they'll be fully cooked, just until the pork itself is cooked. You don't have to worry about the egg being too hot at this point, so yeah, we just kind of wait now. Little mustard. So there's the Scotch eggs for you.
Monica is pretty much the face of the pub. She interacts with most of the customers and patrons. They know the pub by her mainly, whereas the patrons like me, they love her. So that's the big difference. I do a lot of the background stuff or bartend. She's on the floor with the customers all the time. I book the bands and she runs everybody else.
That's so not even nice. Look, I'm not a techie person, and I don't want to be. It's just not who I am. I interact. I could go on and on and on and on again. We share it all. There's not a piece of this pub that I haven't had my hands in. We always put our heads together to make any decisions that have to be made. That's pretty much what we do.
So working with Kevin and Monica is, overall, it's a really good experience, I guess. They're warm, welcoming. They open their doors to about anybody, honestly. If you're having a hard time, they're willing to help you out in each way they can.
So working here is pretty awesome. It's like we're all really good friends back here, which is awesome, and up front too. It's like a giant family is really what it is. We all hang out outside of work and talk outside of work, and yeah, and then when we get to work, we just have a blast together. It's pretty awesome, actually.
Our staff is a long story.
Lineup of, it's a long story.
Through 19 years, we've gone through quite a few staff, but we've also had a lot of staff that have been here a lot of years. There's been a lot of family and a lot of staff that have become family. Arlen, the head of our kitchen, has been with us 12 years, I believe.
He wasn't even 19, actually.
Yeah, he started at 18, yeah.
So many
We've
memories.
been very close to our staff, and
Yeah.
and that's one of the reasons for our success. Most of our staff become part of Bobby's and welcoming, and they realize that this is what the pub's about, and they become part of us in being with the people, the customers that come in here, and the patrons get very attached to them as well.
Okay, I am making a purple rain cocktail. We're gonna add a little bit of grenadine, splash of cran, add ice, pineapple juice, half ounce of vodka, half ounce of Bull's Blue, drizzled on top. There we go. And straw. All right. So we're making a Bobby's Irish coffee. So you start with a sugar rim coffee cup, add 1/3 of an ounce of Jameson. Whoops, that's not 1/3 of an ounce. 1/3 of an ounce of Jameson. Third of an ounce of Bailey's. Third of an ounce of Kimura. Pour it in. Top with coffee. And and top with Grand Marnier. And there you have it, a Bobby's Irish coffee.
When we first started out at the pub, we had 8 taps. And the liquor license guy said, when he came in, he saw we had 8 taps. He says, you guys are nuts because you're going to be throwing out half your beer, which we never ended up doing. We just expanded. We're up to 15 taps right now. But as of COVID, we're down to, we dropped about 4 of them because of the restrictions on how many people come. We're the only pub around that has all 4 of the Guinness brand on tap. We also carry Newcastle Brown Ale, which is a very popular beer from England. We carry Blackbridge IPA from Swift Current as one of our local people. We carry Moosehead Lager from New Brunswick, part of the Canadian import. We carry Alexander Keith's Ale from Nova Scotia. Then we carry Original 16, Saskatchewan beer, one of the success stories. And then we have 4 rotating taps, which we put different stuff on, sometimes from other local distilleries such as Rebellion or Nokomis. We've always been one of the bigger taps, especially in Moose Jaw, of the most taps and most variety. We don't go with the basics that everybody else carries, but we give you some selection and some quality. So here at the pub, we also like to match the glasses to the pints if we can, because they are designed by the beer companies to go with their pints to help it. So I'll pour the Guinness first. It's a 2-part pour. It's a proper pour for a Guinness. You keep the harp at the back and the Guinness flows off it. You pour it slow so it settles properly. And then while it's settling, I'll pour the Newcastle for you, which is a delicious beer. Guinness is in fact our #1 seller here at the pub, with a couple other ones very close behind. All right. Now the Guinness is supposed to settle for a few more minutes. We like to put a shamrock on it here at the pub. It has to be fairly solid to do that, to let it settle. But once we do that, yes, I'm pretending, love.
You're actually trying to make a shamrock.
Oh, I can make a shamrock. I know, but they're filming, and that's why. So, and that's a proper pour, a 2-part for the Guinness, and the Newcastle can be poured straight up. Most of the stuff hanging in our pub, other than the beer signs that are from reps, are given to us by customers, like the flags on the roof and everything like that. The first flag came from a very good friend, Tim Stackhouse, from New Brunswick. He'd gone home and brought a flag back, and we hung it. And then we had other customers go, hey, that's neat. Can I put a flag up from my province or my country? I said, all right, that would be great, but it has to come from your province or from your country, so it's fairly authentic. So every flag out there is come from the province that it represents or the country. When the pub first opened back in 2003, our oldest son, Ryan, worked with us. And Ryan said, Mom, Dad, I've got some friends who are artists at university. And so the original pub had a whole bunch of tables, small tables painted by artists in Regina. Then we opened a Regina pub for a short period, and my youngest son, Robert, was working for us and going to the University of Regina. And he had a whole bunch of friends that were artists. And he said, Mom, Dad, I'd like to get some more tables painted. And he got 5 tables painted by his friends in the art world in Regina, the University of Regina. And those are the ones we're using right now. We have a few other ones. The one by Huey Fries, who's an artist out of Regina. And he painted that beautiful castle that you see on the wall in the nook. And then ringed it with all the different major tartans of Scotland. And he did that as a gift to us. We got tons of stuff like that from our customers. Most of the decorations have come from patrons that love the pub.
So when you are in a pub, I don't know if you've ever had that privilege The people are so welcoming and so kind and so just embracing, right? And they just make you feel like you're in their living room. And all of the pubs are that way. That's what I tried to create here, because that's what my dad, that's what he would have grown up with, right? The atmosphere was created by what I had a vision, my own self, of what my father would have liked. And had he had that opportunity to do this with me, he would have liked it. He would have liked it a lot. When I say it's a Celtic pub, it's a Celtic pub. Because that is really, truly who I am. I am a little Scottish girl that came over from Scotland to Canada on a journey with both of my parents and 6 siblings. Why it started, I lost my mom very young. She was 49. My father and I lived together with my son and my 2 siblings after my mom died, because my father was ill. He worked in the mines. Coming to Canada, that's where he worked. It really took his health. And with that, it took a great piece of his life. And my mom passing, it was very unexpected. We just started talking about so many things, and I did come up with this idea. Like, why don't we do something together, Dad? Why don't we open a little pub? Why don't we do it? He thought I was crazy. He thought I was nuts. But we didn't stop talking about that. But then he got sick again. Like, he got really sick. And that wasn't gonna happen. Not with him anyway. I needed to do something that I would love to do. And it's like I woke up and I said, that's it, Kevin, this is what we're gonna do. We can talk about it, you can do it with me, or you don't have to do it with me, but I'd love you to do it with me. I'm gonna open that pub. And that's my story. And I will never forget that. I'll never forget where I'm from, who I am, and how I got here. And I could never have done that without my dad, Bobby, or my mother. I just love what I do. And I'm that type of a person. I am a very passionate person. I say what I mean, I feel what I feel, I love how I love, and that's one of the reasons Kevin's 35 years with me. And I love Long. And I love this pub, and I love what it represents. I love my husband, he loves me back. We're both passionate about what we do.
It gives us the freedom to be with each other constantly.
We work together, we see each other on a daily basis. We really, maybe a lot of people wouldn't think that's healthy, but you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. I love being beside the man that I love. And I know that he feels the same, so that's the truth of it. And what's not to love?
Is there a restaurant or beverage producer you'd like to see featured on MaxTV Local? Email us at max.local@sastel.com.